We're back with more community questions coming straight from you guys. The first one is a fun little project. We have size, small, medium, large, type, shirt, hat, socks, and here's our desired output. Small shirt, medium shirt, large shirt, and so on. The full list. So let's open up our spreadsheet, and to get the full list, we're going to start off with a 2-col formula. Open a bracket and use the transpose function to start with, and we'll choose small, medium, large. Close our bracket, use an ampersand to concatenate with a space, and then the clothing types, and press enter. Now we get a value error, but that's fine because if we just highlight that, then it tells us to use the array formula function. So press enter to re-enter the cell, hold Ctrl Shift Enter, press enter, and there we have every combination that we need. Now if you wanted it sorted by all the larges, then all the mediums, then all the smalls, then you could just hop back in the cell, select the array formula, and change it to sort. Press enter, and we get everything sorted by size instead of by type. How do we count the number of occurrences within a column based on what is in another column? We've got a quick example here. Let's just recreate that for ourselves. So if we just wanted to know the simple number of apples, oranges, and bananas that were selected as the favorites, all we'll need to do is a 2-step thing. We start off with a unique function, press enter, and get apples, bananas, and oranges. Now we'll use a countif to count each of these. So the range is going to be this, and I'm just going to backspace to give us the whole column, and press F4 to lock everything in place. Our criterion is going to be apple. Press enter and we get 4 apples, 6 bananas, and 5 oranges. But now we actually want to take into account the ages of the students. So let's just delete this. And I'm going to show you a separate way to do exactly what we just did. And then we're going to add in the ages. So we'll start off with equals query, one of my favorites. And we'll just select this data here, actually backspace to give us the full column. Press F4 to lock that in place. And our query is going to be select B, where B is not null. All that does is gets rid of all this stuff down the bottom, which is important for making sure that our spreadsheet runs quickly. We're also going to be selecting count of B, and we're going to be grouping by B. We now get apples, bananas, and oranges in 465 as our count. Now I also want to include this list here so that we can see the ages of the people with the favorite fruits. So all we need to do in our query formula is go to the end and type in pivot A. Now in order for that to work, we actually have to select A as well. And there we go. These are the ages and these are the fruits. So we can see just a quick analysis here. There is one person that is 4 years old that likes apples. They're right there. 2 people that are 4 years old that like oranges. There and there. For the 7-year-olds whose favorite fruit is banana, there's 2 of them. And there we go, a simple query that we can now apply to our large data set and get a full count. A problem that a lot of people have in spreadsheets like Excel and Google Sheets is how time works. We've got a question here saying that time looks like this, 11 hours at 15 minutes, but with different hours and different minutes. They need to sort them in ascending order, but when they filter the column, it groups 30 hours and 15 minutes with 3 hours and 15 minutes. The reason it does this is because it's looking for the first digit here. So what we need to do is take this text string 30h space 15m and turn that into a time. There's a few ways we could do this. One way is using regex formulas. We're going to use regex extract. We'll select A1, put a comma, and we're going to extract the digits. So we open a bracket and extract digits, all of the digits, before the H. Close double quotation marks and we get the number 11. Now this number 11 is actually a string. You can tell because it's on the left side. Numbers, if we just put the number 11 here, exist on the right side of the cell. And there's a few ways to change it into a number. First, we could times it by 1, turning it into the number 11. That's my favorite way, but you could also use the value function, turning it into a number. I'm going to stick with times 1, but we also want to extract the 15 here. Now over in C1, I'm going to use a different formula that extracts both the 11 and 15, and we'll move on from there. So we'll start off again with regex extract. We use A1, and this time we are still going to extract the digits before the H, but also before the M. If we just close this off and press enter, we get 11, 15, both of them being strings. But really, I only want to extract the 15 for this part. So we can use the index function to get the first row, the second column. That gives us the number 15. But how do we combine these two together? Well, let's first divide this by 60, giving us 0.25, because that's a quarter of an hour, 15 minutes. We'll take all of this, copy it, and then add it to this. And we get 11.25. Let's copy this down. We get 30.25, 3.25, and so on. Now, dealing with time in spreadsheets is one of those skills that takes a lot of work and a lot of practice. But if you just want to see how to set up a timesheet, make sure you check out this video here, and I'll see you there.